Welcome back. I'm John Stuhl, reading Rescue the Night. We're at Chapter 2. Thompson started to introduce herself to the stranger with the twinkling, kind eyes, but he quickly interrupted. "I know who you are, Thompson Lee," he's told her. "I know a great deal about you. Star of your school's dance team, top student in your 5th grade literature class, lover of books, girl with the big booming laugh." "Well," she faltered, startled by all that this glimmering visitor knew of her. "Well, my friends call me Thompson." "Thompson, then. I like the sound of that. Thompson Lee, friend for me." He giggled at his own silliness, both hands clutching a goofy cap. When he moved, flecks of glittering dust shook from him and fell to the quilt, where they shone for a moment before fading. His silver-white glow made a pool of soft light in her dark room, and his voice spilled out like musical bubbles floating in the air. When they burst, bells rang brightly. As the notes of the Sandman's giggle faded away, Thompson also giggled. "What a peculiar little man!" Chuckles escaped from between her fingers. "I am peculiar," the Sandman offered, as if reading her thoughts. "That's why it is hard for me to get friends. Keeping them, well, that's no problem. But getting them is a different story." "I make friends easy." "I know," the Sandman nodded solemnly. "That's one of the reasons I'm here. I need a friend." "Why?" Thompson felt the chill of the night creeping in and pulled the covers around her for warmth. "I can't imagine you having trouble getting friends. You are peculiar, but in a nice sort of way." "Aw, Thompson, you are so goofy. You can. In fact, that's why I came to visit." "Huh?" Thompson said. "Imagine. You said you couldn't imagine. But you can, Thompson. You have the most wonderful imagination, and it's your imagination that I need." "Oh." The Sandman, whose voice sounded like bells, whose giggles were like music, who could glide through windows like a moonbeam, and who glowed like an always lit firefly. He needed her. "Would you show me your room, Thompson?" Despite the novelty of the Sandman, Thompson felt her eyelids drooping. "Why am I getting sleepy?" she wondered out loud, sliding down into her blankets. "That happens around me," the Sandman said. "But before you drift off, may I see some of your room?" "But it's dark," Thompson mumbled. "I have a trick that helps in the dark." "More magic?" The idea was so tempting, she roused herself, pulled loose from the snug duvet, and propped herself up on one elbow. "Okay, over there," she said, pointing with her chin to the farthest corner of her room, "is where I keep my favorite stuffed animals from when I was little." "There?" the Sandman asked, flinging out his left hand. As if he had thrown a ball of liquid pewter, the corner was suddenly alight with a cool glow. The eyes of the panda bear sparkled, and Thompson was sure her aardvark winked. The Sandman's giggle filled the room as Thompson's ooh mingled with his mysterious light, and then all three vanished. "Up here's my rainbow," Thompson added. "Mom painted it for me years ago. I've liked it so much I've kept it. Some of my friends make fun of it. See how I placed my bed so it's arcing right up from my pillow?" "Where? Here?" Once again the pewter light flashed. This time the rainbow flowed out to meet it, cascading off the wall and into the room. It splashed on Thompson's bed like 1,000 colored ribbons and then winked out. My books are there on the shelves." "Ah, yes, your books." The wall lit up, and every spine gleamed. Thompson thought she could make out silhouettes of characters from the stories moving through the air. "And my desk is where I do my homework and write in my journal and make up stories." Thompson fought off sleepiness to see her new friend's magic light once more. The desk glowed white, and she watched myriad sparkles bounce off its top. Then the room grew dark again, except for the velvety silver glow from the Sandman himself, who smiled and perched on the foot of Thompson's bed. "I like your light, Mr. Sandman," Thompson muttered, unsuccessfully stifling a yawn. "It's not just light, Thompson Lee. It's moonlight, and it's the simplest magic I have." "Will you show me more?" As she asked, her eyelids drifted shut. "Of course. It's why we've met. But not tonight." The cocoon of warmth and softness was too much as her pillow molded to her neck and cradled her. Balto, the stuffed bear, hugged her, dragging her towards dreams. "Mr. Sandman," Thompson spoke through the blanket now draped over her shoulders, "I'll be your friend." "Then I'll be yours," he answered, his voice soft as an autumn breeze. Thompson felt a light dusting of something fall on her forehead. The night children had crowded up close to the window, peering from all around the frame. They watched as the Sandman pulled silvery sand from a pouch on his belt and scattered it gently on Thompson's head. "She's wonderful," they whispered to each other, nodding and smiling. "She's wonderful." The Sandman bent over the sleeping child and blew gently across her forehead. Turning to the window, he spoke to his friends. "Yes, Thompson Lee is wonderful, with a magic all her own." As if in response, she sighed deeply, her face flushed with dreaming. "We'll visit again soon." With that, he glided through the window, herding the night children back to their homes. On his way out, the Sandman left the tiniest mound of sand on the sill next to a small crystal vial.